welcome back to another episode of Catch That. I am Naturally Elise, and that's my bro.
JR.
And today we are very happy, word to heart, we're very happy to welcome a very special guest by the name of Terrace Martin. Hey.
Hey.
And just a little bit about him. He's a musician, rapper, singer, songwriter, producer, multi-instrumentalist, and Grammy-nominated artist. And he's joining us today, and we are gonna. Well, actually, tell them what album we're gonna talk about today.
Jodeci, Diary of a Madman.
Yes. A good 90s flavor.
Yes,
right.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
all
indeed.
right. And we asked her what is an album that is like important to his artistry and influenced him, and that's what he picked. So
that's the one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the one.
Yes, sir. But let me, at least I got to get my fan out for a second. I got to fan out for a second because I'm a fan of this brother, for real. But
thank you, brother.
I was introduced because I know you play horns. So I was actually introduced to you by somebody hit me on Twitter because my grandfather passed and he loved horns. You know what I'm saying? So he was a big fan of John Coltrane and all that. You know what I mean? So it's like I get in my bag with him because he was a big inspiration to me, especially with music and all that. So one day it was like maybe 2011, 2012, and somebody hit me and I was like on Twitter, I was like, yo, who, you know what I'm saying? I want to hear somebody that really knows how to play some horn. And somebody was like, yo, try Terrace Martin. I was like,
oh man.
Oh, word? I was like, all right, cool. And they sent me In Sentimental Mood.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I tell you why that hits me for real, because my grandfather and I, we love Sam Cooke, and in I Love You in the Sentimental Mood is a song that we connect with each other. But then we also connect to the album with Duke Ellington and
John
Coltrane, and they did In a Sentimental Mood.
Yeah.
And I remember that day, brother, I never really got out my emotion about him passing in 2010. And I remember just listening to that song on repeat for like 4 hours. And I lied to you not. And it hit me, and I literally let all the emotions come out of me because I never had that moment because it was so fast. We had the past, we had the funeral. I had to go back to work and go back to regular life. So I was never able to. And that day I literally sat in my house and had it on repeat, and the tears just started to run. And from that day, I've been a fan of yours. You know what I'm saying? Because
I appreciate that, bro.
Thank you for the joint that you did, like on Mortal Man and For Free, on Kendrick joint. It really touched me. So horns really talk to my, I feel like I have a conversation with my grandfather with that. And for you to do that and you dope at it, it feels like I talk to my grandfather when I listen to your music. So I really want to thank you for letting me have that moment. I really, really do. And I never got to say that on Twitter. I never said it to anybody.
It's all good.
Finally tell you, you know what I'm saying? Because I never said it.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be doing this with you. I just
first of all, shout out, sending love and blessings to the spirit of GPOP for even like giving you all that good game. You know what I'm saying? Giving you all that, like leaving the piece of him with you. An impression of music, black music at that, that's very noble, right? That you could even speak on that type of relationship with your grandfather and feel him through others music, which is like, man, that'd be the whole point why we do this shit, man, to just like really provoke feelings out of people, especially, everybody, but black people need a certain type of healing. You know what I'm saying? We've been stripped of everything, so we need a certain type of healing, and that's a blessing for you even tell me that I was that the spirit was able to use me through me to connect with you, because
you said you make human being music, you know what I'm saying, and and from what you do, I can definitely connect with that, you know what I'm saying, you can tell the fake from the real, you know what I'm saying.
All the time, bro, all the time.
You know what I'm saying.
I never made music for other musicians. I never made music for like
that, man.
With all due respect, I don't give a fuck about other musicians like that. I'm not
That's real.
I'm not preaching to the choir. My music is to help heal. So I'm trying to heal the broken heart. I'm not trying to have, I mean, if you like what I play and want to figure out what I'm playing, then do that. But my music is really, what inspires me is doing music for people that's going through trouble, doing music for people that is going through the penitentiary system, maybe suicide thoughts, maybe people that's gang banging from different hoods that don't want to be involved, or maybe people about to go shoot a motherfuckers in the face, but may want to think about something twice because I may trigger something else. So my shit is really for what you said is for, and it ain't preyed upon, or it's not used for the nerd, which is all, because I'm a nerd too, but it's not coming from the nerd aspect of this shit. I don't give a fuck about the musical nerds about this shit. All I care about is people that's in need of a feeling.
Yep.
And that's it, bro. I've been like that since I was a kid, bro. Like, I'm just caring about, you know, I mean, whether you like it or not, it's on you. I got enough shit out there to grab onto something, but you know what I'm saying?
Right. And at least know when it comes to emotion, that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'll be like, sometimes she'll be like, oh, my sensitive baby. You know what I mean? But that's me. You know what I'm saying? So with the music, it does that to me. You know what I mean? And that's why I finally want to tell you, because I ain't never tell Elise. I ain't even tell my mom. So when my mom sees this, she gonna be like, whoa.
What's up, mama? What's up, mama?
When she sees
One
this, she
time
gonna be
for
like,
mom.
whoa. She gonna be like, wow, you kept that from me. But I had a feeling one day I was just gonna be able, not on some Twitter shit. I felt like I was gonna be like, yo, I might see him one day or something, just to tell you what you did to me. You know what I mean?
So I appreciate that, bro.
Yes,
shout
sir.
out to Duke.
Yes,
shout
sir. Yes, sir.
To Duke,
I'm sorry, sis, you not to get off the tip. You know it is, but it's all good.
But you know what? It all
we don't apologize for feelings around here.
And it all coincides to the Jodeci album. It really all every feeling you got that you explained, it all stems from these early building blocks in my life that I learned how to hopefully give that feeling, because I remember what I felt when I heard certain shit. You know,
right.
So it's all the same conversation. It's all black and art. It's all the same conversation.
Real.
Yes.
That's real. Woo! Okay, we got that out. All right, we good. All right, because I was a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? We got that out. All right, we good. So you picked Diary of a Mad Band, you know what I'm saying? But first, we got to take it back for a second, right? So, you know what I'm saying? The whole Forever My Lady type of vibe, right? And me and Elise always had this because, I'm younger than her. You know what I'm saying? I'm younger than y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we always have this debate about this whole, Jodeci Boys the Men type of thing, right? And we always talk about how they first albums, right? So we always talk about the Forever My Lady and the side A and the side B. Now, Terrence, we gonna be real or we not? Like, side B, you really rock with side B when it comes to Forever My Lady?
The album?
Yeah.
Not. First of all, let me just give you some insight about me and the age and the kind of person I am.
Okay.
When I first heard these records, they wasn't around a bunch of people talking about music. I was listening. I was looking. I remember the first night I fucking heard Forever My Lady. It was a Saturday night. What year that come out? 92? 91? 91?
Yeah.
I was Saturday night. And it was, I think, the year before I went to 7th grade or something like that. But my cousin Nikaba, peace out to Nikaba, she just graduated. She's a big famous doctor now, PhD. But my cousin Nikaba had it could have been this turning 17. She was turning 17, and my auntie, her mother was a caterer, Gail Jones. And she would find these spots that had these little parties that she would cook at. People come eat. But so she had found one of these spots. The spot was on, because I just drove past the other day, y'all. This spot was on like 43rd and Crenshaw. That's in Lamert Park. 43rd and Crenshaw, off Crenshaw. And it was upstairs. So we all young, we all walk upstairs, like a house party type vibe. Tacos, chicken wings, everything. And my other cousin Teely, which is one of my number one influence in music, our mothers and his mom and them are all songwriters, everything. But my aunties were called the Perry sisters, and they were signed to a label called MCA, which Jodeci was signed to.
Wow.
Jodeci was signed to as well.
Yeah.
And Heavy D. So we used to get all the records 5-6 months before they came out. And back in the CD days, you remember, you could have promo CDs and you could tell it was promo because they would have a hole in the back, a little hole in the back.
Yeah.
So my cousin Teely bought music to the party. He bought, it was a box of music. And the only two I remember vividly was the Jodeci album and Heavy D Peaceful Journey album. I remember these two CDs being there. And because I would look at the CDs and everything, and they started playing Jodeci. I'm a Peaceful Journey. Joy on my mind. Thank you, Peaceful Journey. It was just, it was like Heavy D, and it was Teddy Riley was on that record. So it was that New Jack, that energy was on that record. But then when Jodeci came on, the song they kept repeating all night, because it's the song all the homies and the girls got a chance to dance real close and freak each other, was like Forever My Lady. And I just remember when they first played the music, and you just imagine the scene, everybody talking, but then when that song came on, everybody found their girl and found their guy, and they just started dancing. Boom, so you having my baby, and everybody looking serious, everybody looking at the other person all serious, and the song is repeating over and over for at least maybe about a motherfucking hour. It's just repeating. This is before it came out, a few months. And I remember seeing that, and as it's repeating and everybody's dancing, this is also the age where as a young man, I'm starting to get sexually excited for girls. So this is like, is this one of the tools that help girls like you? Is this kind of music? And I'm listening to it, and now that I'm older, it felt so familiar to me because of the choice of chords they were using come from church and different things like that. I didn't know what it was then, but it felt familiar. Then the singing, and then the video came out months later. You saw the video where it's these dudes, and then when you listen to the whole album, then after that, after Forever My Lady, Stay came on, and all these things, and then as you listen to it, it got to the fast songs. Now the whole thing about that era. Look at that in your face. That also was, matter of fact, I talked to Puff about this. I talked to Puff about this about a month ago. And I asked Puff straight up, tell me about the first Jodeci record. Because he A&R'd that record. That was his group. That was his idea for them to wear Timberlands, all that shit. That was like Puff's mastermind shit. That was like the genius of Puff. You know what I'm saying? And Puff wanted the fast song. I gotta love and want to give.
Yeah, gotta love.
He wanted that to be a single, and he was like, "Oh, I want that to go." But Forever My Lady went, and it blew. Puff was never thinking a ballad was gonna blow. He just told me this.
It makes sense, though. It makes sense. It makes sense.
It makes sense. So he was like, "Whoa!" So that shit blew up. So that was my intro to Jodeci. I saw the power Jodeci had at a party off Crenshaw. I saw the power that first album, because none of us knew who Jodeci was that first album. Really, we was just liking the music. I felt like on the album Diary of a Madman is when I felt like we as a young fan, I think when that album came out, when was that, 93?
Yeah.
December 93.
I swear to God, I have nothing in front of me. I'm just like, I remember these moments very specifically.
Oh, listen.
And 93 was the year I think I had to be, y'all could do the math. I don't know how old I was, a teenager though. But anyway,
I was 14. Yeah,
when that album came out, for me, when that album came out, first of all, I was excited about it because it was Jodeci, but then there was a different frequency. They gave you all the ballads, but you could tell they had been spending a lot of time in LA. And at that time, LA, Dr. Dre was dominating music. So you could tell that record was heavily Los Angeles influenced. And then also for me being from the church, me being a man from the church, me being, but I grew up around gangsters in church. And for some reason, they tonality and their music represented, like, you still may get, I may slap the dog shit out you if you say something crazy to me. Like, it still gave you that as far as like, I'm a man, I'm gonna stand up for mine, but I'm gonna love my woman.
Right.
And and that was big for me, like brothers singing that hard, dressing like that on some gangster shit, but it was always about being next to a woman. And that's that, you know me, I love women. I love my mama, I love my aunties. I think the power of a woman is like the most powerful created but from God in the world. I don't think there is no higher power than a woman other than God, you know, and I feel God is so intelligent. God is a woman, you know what I'm saying? If you really want to know how I feel. But so it's all these things that Jodeci really stood for through now they didn't say none of this shit on the album. You could just hear it and feel it through the frequencies. Like you can hear aggressive music and say, oh, they walking with their chests out. Or you can hear the harmonies and what they sing them, I'll be like, oh, these niggas drink Hennessy. Like you could tell, oh, they cousins and brothers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
They church boys. They real men, and they was Jodeci is like my Temptations, my Four Tops, not that era, but they superheroes to me.
Come on, Motown. Yeah.
Because and then Devontae, just being the God producer he is, he ushered a whole sound that we all are still chasing almost 30 years later. We still chasing Devontae.
Yeah.
You know, everybody, you can't name a producer in R&B music that is not chasing Teddy Riley and Devontae. You can't fucking name one.
That's real.
You can't. And even the motherfucker that thing, I don't, motherfucker, you play something, I can either say it's the umbrella of Teddy or Devontae if it's successful.
Right.
Those two brothers laid down some things, some secret coded things that let us all know we could pay mortgages if we just go up under their umbrella, and we all still do that with them. You know, my whole next album, most of it is inspired by certain elements of Devontae. You know, I never leave writing music like I never come into a situation of creating music without thinking about Duke Ellington, Devontae, John Coltrane, Dr. Dre. But I don't go into a situation without thinking about my heroes, and not that I'm copying them, just because sometimes I want to feel a certain type of way. Yeah. Like Devontae had a thing where he really struck the hearts of people by using intense leads. He was taking lead solos at a time when solos wasn't around.
Yeah. And going back to what you were saying regarding women, one of the things me and Jar were that I said to JR was, and actually me and my good friend Lauren were talking about it, and actually she was on our show. We have a show where we have fans.
Shouts out to Lauren. What's up, Lauren?
What up, Lauren? And she's an LA girl. Actually, she's from South Central. But yeah, she gonna love this. But when we talked to her, we were talking about My Heart Belongs to You. And one of the things we talked about was on this whole album, they are worshiping women. They are like, every song is like, I'm gonna cry for you, I'm fiending, you know what, like they are like, they got women up here on the pedestal worshiping.
And that for me, that's what I fell in love with as well, because I'm raised up in a single parent household with my mama. So I'm always raised honoring the woman.
Right.
Even my woman, I honor her. Like whatever way that particular woman wants to get honored, I feel like I'm built and trained to honor that woman in that light. And I feel like the women that Jodeci was talking to wanted to feel that. Damn sure all my cousins did. I had the finest cousins in LA, still do. And they wanted to feel like that. I mean, Casey and JoJo, and that, first of all, Dalvin didn't even sing much that we knew of. And he was damn near the biggest star of the group because of his eye and his charisma.
Right. He brought the character to the group.
He brought character, and he brought because, you know, he brought gentlemen to the group.
Yep.
He brought energy. He brought an energy. Devontae brought genius, mysterious. Casey and JoJo brought in your face. Like it was a well put together group by the higher power, because they grew up together, you know.
Right.
They brought the North Carolina to the group, you know.
They did. But but let me tell you, the North Carolina, that's why to this day, like when I hear early Jodeci, It reminds me of early John P. Key. Not exactly the same, but I'm saying the energy and the conviction of love.
Yeah.
John P. Key he was giving Jesus and God to you on a ghetto gospel way. They was giving love your motherfucking woman in a ghetto R&B way.
Yes, that's real.
You know
that's real. It was like they was bringing something. Jodeci was bringing something a little different to the game, like those church, like them church to that new jack. Because even before the Fathom My Lady, they was on that Father MC. And to be honest, when you hear what is it? Everybody, and they in there with their suits on in the video. Oh. You know what I'm saying? And they giving you them gospel vocals that we ain't never really hear before, but it was still
type in Jodeci acapella on Video Soul on YouTube.
Oh, listen. Maybe a month ago, them brothers went on there. They wearing their little blue jean jacket. Listen.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut you off for a second.
Yeah.
Terrace, let me tell you about JR.
Oh God.
What he does for fun. He just sits on YouTube and watches live performances. So I'm sure it's nothing you could name.
Okay, good. That's good. That's good.
Because he's like, at least you seen this before. I'm like, And he sent it to me. And then I'm down a rabbit hole. So it's a whole.
That's how I go.
Yeah, they listen, man. And
you know what? And also, I felt like because motherfuckers be finding these clips and they be finding these clips and say what, man, I don't know how they do this shit. But I just felt like Jodeci connected more with the ghetto and where I was from and me than Boys to Men. I felt like my mom and them like Boys to Men because they was a little softer. Mm-hmm. There was a lot softer. You know what I'm saying? And those frequencies was a little too, like they wasn't getting to my body. Like you could play Jodeci second now after you play pop.
I got
you. You could play All Eyes on Me and Diary of a Man. You could play the Death Row. You could play that shit when I was on, what was taking a photographic picture of what I felt was South Central LA as a young kid. Jodeci was the only R&B music that was able to penetrate. Like you would roll up next to a motherfucker in a Cutlass on some other shit. Cutlass is a type of car for the squares out there. Like you could roll up next to a person in a Cutlass banging Jodeci next to you. Straight killer though. Straight G killer like nigga playing whatever you want, my heart belongs. And he just like, what's happening? I used to play Jodeci every day, man. My high school sweetheart name is Christina Elliott. She know what's up. Cause I played Jodeci. That's when I just got my license. I was driving fast for no motherfucking reason, playing Jodeci loud. I would just drive fast, banging while she be right there. We ride up and down Crenshaw on the 10 freeway. We just banging Jodeci, both singing loud as fuck along to the music. And then we was young and active, and we go somewhere and we kiss all day.
So you didn't feel like you can actually do that with Boys and Men too, though? Like, man, I get it.
Soft shit, man.
Come on, though. But it's like
because I wasn't. Because let me also. Yeah. I wasn't a young art nigga. Like I'm not. I was a young from the Crenshaw district in the gangster shit, guns, tripping. I don't come from the where the artsy thing. I come from being in LA and being the only nigga playing music on the block. So it's for me, it was like Boys the Man wasn't feeding my soul. When I got older and started going back, they was, but I think they some of the highest level black artists in the world. But we talking about a time period. Boys the Man wasn't moving shit in South Central LA or Watts or Compton. They wasn't moving shit. I was there. Like you wouldn't be. I wish I would pull up on a nigga you playing Boys the Man, nigga. Like, oh nigga, we about to slap this nigga, man. Get out of here, man. Jodeci, the dude playing Jodeci might have a gun, a Bible, and his wife in the car.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true.
And you know what? It's important that you said that to talk about, of why it touched you, because
it's just different. Yeah.
Because I also have to think about, listen, I'm not on the West Coast. I grew up in a different environment. I'm a woman also. Like, so different,
Yeah, it's different. Like for me, like for at that time.
But I like both. I was like, teenage girls over here was deeply into both. And that's the thing that we talk to people, because people try to like have a revisionist history and act like people weren't in to Boyz II Men in a certain way.
No.
Like, and
well, I mean, first of all, yeah,
it was both. Yeah.
I mean, we can look at the record sales and say people were definitely so understand my conversation is coming from a hood inner city thing. Yeah, so
and that's why I'm glad you gave that perspective.
Not exactly.
Because also I didn't grow up in the Carolinas, but I could almost guarantee at that time the South in general is more family oriented. It's more like it's a high school sweetheart era where like all my folks from the South, they grew up with their wives and it was some gang shit going on, but we talking about LA in the early 90s, before and right after the riots, y'all. We're not talking about mom and daddy in the house. Yeah. We none of that shit. So the music for me had to, like, looking out my window, I'm hearing a soundtrack.
Right.
And I'm seeing Boyz II Men. It wasn't that I didn't choose to play. It was that they wasn't getting played because their music wasn't penetrating the shit that was going on in LA at that time.
I got you.
But record sales wise, they definitely
it makes a lot of sense because for me, my mom went to school to South Carolina State, so we moved from Brooklyn to South Carolina, right? So during that time, this is we going into 93, you know what I'm saying? And with this, mom and them was playing Doggy Style for me as a kid, you know what I'm saying? So mom and them was like, all right, we may be giving him a little bit too much. So what we gonna try to even him out is gonna give him a little bit of Boyz II Men. Because we ain't gonna give him these dudes that we know, like you said, drank Hennessy, but got their Bible with them. But at least if we give him them dudes that's just straight suited up, quote unquote, and the bow ties, maybe because we giving him like a song that he's hearing talking about for niggas and bitches, and giving him a song pump and all this kind of stuff. He's learning that. Let's kind of balance him out a little bit. That's why I'm like, for me, I'm like, Boyz II Men was rocking for real. But your perspective, I get it.
I'm gonna say it again with all due respect. You play Boyz II Men, pull up in the girl where I'm from back then, they could be like, man, this soft ass, man, get the motherfucker out here, man. Get that shit, man. What we gonna do with this? But if you play, bro, the nigga said this, bro. The first line in Forever My Lady is, so you having my baby.
Yep. That's
hey. Boyz II Men, I'm here to you. Like, it's too long. We fucking or what? We making love or what? What we doing? Boyz II Men, we got, and I'm with the date and we got a date. Jodeci felt like we ain't got a lot of money.
Right.
A lot of time, but we got the arts. Let's do something. And that was the Jodeci vibe to me.
Yeah, Jodeci wild aggressive. It's like, he said it's been an hour since you've been gone. That's too long. That's long.
First of all, it's low-key a very stalker song. Now that I'm older. Wait.
Damn. Oh yeah.
I just revisited Diary of a Madman this morning. I knew I was gonna have this. And I heard one interlude and was like, what the fuck? They're like, she's interviewing and they like, yo, fuck that interview. Take your clothes off. And I'm like, oh! It's so different nowadays. Like now, if Boyz II Men came with a new album, I would listen to all Boyz II Men.
Because we grow up, that's what it is. You grow up and be like, oh shit, that's some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, and so you have my baby. And I'm like, I'm thinking about, damn, that's child support, that's this. We don't even know the girl too well. But now I'm different. But at that time, I'll be playing that. So you have my baby. That's why I got 5 kids. You feel me?
All that Jodeci.
But and I feel like, because like you said, bring it back how you said that you feel like Elise always said, it's like they appreciated women, right? Right. So listening to Your Love for Sweet, right?
Yep.
And I feel like with that, you get, because you appreciating these women. Like, you got a song called I Appreciate You. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you got a song, Your Eyes. Like, you like really like.
Oh no, bro. Let me tell you something, bro.
Uh-oh.
I told the homie the other day, I said the whole reason why men get dressed up is to impress somebody else.
Right.
I don't give a fuck what your sexuality is. The reason why a man get dressed up and get all fresh is to impress another motherfucker, so that motherfucker can say, you look good today. The reason why we have nice apartments, nice homes, and cars is in hopes. You know, people be like, I do it for me. I do it. Man, shut the fuck up with that fake shit. Shut the fuck up. Because women will wear the most uncomfortable shoes. You feel me? So men the same shit. So man, let me tell you something, man. That's a whole nother. I forgot what I was gonna say. That's a whole nother podcast. We got to talk about that. But most of the reason why we do all these things is to impress somebody else.
Yeah, that's real. That's real though.
Jodeci was so powerful, bro. It was a time where my niggas didn't even like R&B. If you had Jodeci in your CD changer, for those that remember the 6th, the 7th,
the CD changer. Come on.
Kenwood or the Pioneer with the detachable face. Those that remember that. If Jodeci would come up in your changer while your first date was in that car,
yeah,
nigga, you had action. I don't give a fuck if you just got out in the shootout and whatever. If you played Jodeci to the next place, it was a wrap, bro. So I always want to make music that if a man or a woman or whatever anybody identify with these days don't have the communication skills, that let my music talk for you. Just shut the fuck up, because you didn't say it too much anyway and fucked up your situation. So shut the fuck up while I fix this. And just get in the car and play Your Eyes, going to I Appreciate You, throwing a Jodeci song, throwing this, throwing, you know, if this your baby mama, be throwing a Pac song, whatever. You shut the fuck up and let the music speak. And every now and then, just look at your person in the eye and say, I'm sorry. Turn back around. And just drive or walk, you know. And I want, that's why Your Eyes. I want the name songs that people say, what, man, what is this song? Your Eyes. Oh, you like my eyes? Like, yeah, I like your eyes, but I don't know how to say that. So the song said it.
Yeah. And then, you know, and then you turn to her and you say, I'm in need of love. You're in need of love. What about us? On and on and on to win.
The break of dawn. It's on. Hey, come on. I'm in need. I mean, come on, man. Stop playing. I'm in need, and you know what? That's the world. Everybody in need of love. What about us?
That's right. That's like what they were doing on the album.
Time is limited. Why did, like, Jodeci? Okay, here it is. Here it is, bro.
Okay.
And sis, Boys the Man didn't have an urgency for their love. Them niggas was acting like love is gonna be here. Jodeci was like, we don't know what's going on. That's, you know, you've been gone for an hour. Like, everything was like, come on, shit is going. Shit is going down in the ghetto. As a black man, I may not make it home. Love on me. Love on me. Let me love on you.
Now, I don't agree.
It's
because
right.
if you, no, but I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because the part I will agree, Jodeci presented it with an urgency in their imaging and, you know, the production.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the lyrics, though. If you go back and if people go and listen to Boyz II Men songs besides the big, like those big songs, I'm not into those songs. I'm into album cuts. I'm just an album cut kind of girl. So if you listen to the lyrics, some of them are, you like, oh Lord, why?
No,
why
you're not.
But the presentation was different, and that's why it got through.
Right.
And you got to feel, you know, and that style of production. It won't the lyrics though.
Well, let me say this. This is deep. What's the goal? Getting through should be the goal. Like, what's the goal when we hear music? Is it wait a minute, let me sit back and read, or is it like instantly we just that feeling? Boys the Men, I feel like you had to open that shit like a textbook and you had to go into it.
Really though? Because I'm like, if you think about their first album, like they got Please Don't Go and and you know what I'm saying? Like
no. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm only talking about Boys the Men have some amazing ass records.
Oh yeah.
But the big records overshadowed so much.
And that's true.
So much of the
very true.
Yeah.
You know, and I think silently, I don't know if they pit them guys against each other silently, but it always just felt like Boys the Men were like at presidential things, and Jodeci was like on like certain other, like if you go back to all their TV performances, them niggas had on Boys the Men had on the, you know, the little shit. Jodeci, they coming on stage like, what's up?
Yeah, they come out on.
Oh, have y'all seen Jodeci live? Is at the Universal Amphitheater, I think, but Devontae just plays the piano. He's playing all his favorite songs.
Oh nah. I
Go
didn't see
online.
that one.
You ain't seen that?
Oh God.
You saw it? You saw it, huh?
I ain't never seen it. At least
That's why I can't believe it. That I've seen it. He has it because he usually have to send me the link.
Yeah. Oh,
have you seen the behind the scenes, the Diary of a Madman?
Yes, when they were making it. You talking about when they were making it, right? Yes. And they were in the studio and all that. That's why I be like, yo, Devontae is a complete genius. He's a genius, yo. He is a genius. And he don't get a lot of credit for that at all. Because people are so, again, it's so into the personal problems rather than focusing on the music. You know what I'm saying? You know, and Devontae is a genius, man.
And for people that want to crowd personal shit in the midst of somebody's genius, man, fuck them. You know, fuck them. That's not fair. That's not human like, number one.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's the big reason with him. They like, you know, if he trip and fall, they report it. Trip and fall, he's high, he's drunk, he's high, he's this, he's that. So they put so much, you know, the media put so much bad things on that brother because they was just jealous of his ability, you know. Yep. And you know, I tell everybody, you try being a kid from the Carolinas coming to LA with this whole ball game into this whole other world and gotta be used to do all this high level music all the time. You see if you don't go crazy, you know, when you in demand and they want you to innovate something every time. That's a hard thing, but most motherfuckers wouldn't know because they're not in demand for shit. But that's a hard thing to do.
Catch that.
Okay. That's real.
I mean, I gotta say that, man, when it comes to the Black heroes, because they love to put us in a weird thing. They love to just like devalue everything we've done. But then you got motherfuckers, you got a nasty ass molesting Elvis Presley and all these other motherfuckers but they, you know, they don't say nothing about them. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Speak on it.
Know,
they always try to down us. It's like how Stephanie Mills always say, yo, they tolerate us. They don't celebrate us. They tolerate us. And after a while, they get sick of us and throw us away and be ready for somebody else to come in. That's white. Yeah, I said it.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. Them motherfuckers got mad at Devontae because all their white daughters want to fuck him. So they got mad at him, you know.
I mean, that's kind of the case with most of the Black artists, like they.
If that's always the case.
Because, yeah.
I would say so much on this.
They women want them, yeah.
I had a friend that I would go to Japan, my homeboy, and he told me his father, well-known guy. And if his father used to talk about, you know, we don't like when Black music artists come to Japan because all of our women love them, the men, because of their giant dicks. It's a real thing. And when you go through history, most of the white men and situations being with the Black man is all resorted back to his woman wanting us.
Yep.
A lot of times it'd be as simple as that. And that's the thing for a whole span of things. You know what? we still the baddest motherfuckers on the planet, baby.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So on Diary of a Mad Band, what is like your, I won't even say favorite. What's the song you go back to and listen to the most?
Y'all was singing mine.
Hold on. Alone.
Oh, that's another one.
Alone.
Okay, deep cut. Okay,
yes.
Stop playing with me. Yeah, come on, hey, y'all, come on.
Wait a minute. I didn't know you was gonna go there. I forgot who I was fucking with. Oh, my bad.
First of all,
remember he's a Jodeci scholar.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Right.
No, look, listen, let me tell you some real shit. I don't do fucking gigs. I don't be gigging, playing behind artists. I don't do that shit. I don't wear all black and play behind a motherfucker. I don't do none of that shit. All due respect for the homies that do it, but I don't do it. But one year I found out that Jodeci was being honored at the Soul Train Music Awards.
Yeah.
I begged my friend Loran Stopson if I could play because Jodeci's doing it. And I went to every rehearsal and I played all the motherfuckers for I mean, it's like, man, I mean, I learned that music and I got a chance to ask Devontae. I knew the chords, but I said, hey, what chord is that? He said, that's this. And reached over from the other side of the keyboard and went, whoa. And it was the chord. He wasn't even looking at the keyboard.
That's genius, yo. That's genius.
Oh, you fanned out like JR. I just gotta mess with him. But yeah.
To the King, yeah, I found out. I hugged Devontae. I said, he was in the hallway, you know, we was all faded. I don't know if he remember, but I remember I hugged. I said, I love you, man. I love you, man. I love you so much, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. I love you. Changed my life, nigga. You are the baddest motherfucker in the world to me. You know what I'm saying? But alone because it was their homage to the West Coast too.
Ah, okay.
And the way the bass was moving, that was different for R&B. And it had blink, 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 blink. This one note that never changed through the whole record.
Yes,
no matter
sir.
What happened.
Yes,
and then
sir.
They was cussing on the record, like pointless cussing, which was amazing to me. Better than a damn movie. It was like, I used to play that shit driving at least 110. I used to have a gun in the car, my girl. And it was so cold. I was so soft. And motherfucker pull up, I'll probably just be like, have you heard the hold up, nigga, before you trip? Listen to this Jodeci. But that song used to rumble in the back of my Honda Accord with 212 Surrey Vegas. Just the mirror used to, the rear view.
God damn it.
And
That
it was like,
car.
and it was just banging and the music. Let's be alone.
They talking for
Everybody was living with their mama in high school, so being alone was like getting a Grammy, nigga. Especially when you got a strong black mama like my mama that
listen.
Peace out to my mom, but man, she was rough.
you know the song right after that. You got it. You know what? Yo, T, that reminds me.
I got my notes. I got my notes right here.
Yeah, it's right after you. It's after Alone.
Oh, you got it. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Baby, you got it.
And he
now, back when that album first came out, to me, that's when the album took a turn back then. Now that I'm older, I listen to them songs now, but that's Alone. Alone, I'm not gonna lie. We being real. Alone.
Okay.
Alone. Hold on. Let me make sure.
You better, yeah. All them up tempos. Yes, sir. Yes.
The interlude, the sweaty was okay. The interlude.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's
the interlude.
Missy on.
The Jodeci Hotline interlude.
That was dope.
That was dope.
That was dope.
Okay, so here we go. For me at that time in my life, after Alone, that's when my CD would change. That's when it would go. If I go up, it would go to some Snoop shit. Either Snoop or the Dog Pound. It would change. I wouldn't hit because fast R&B. That shit just wasn't dope to me at that time. Like niggas singing fast and shit, which wasn't dope to me at that time. And I felt like the fast songs didn't get into my spirit like those other songs did. You know, it just, for me personally, it just then, and then maybe 10 years later, I said, oh, Devontae really was trying to push the envelope on these fast songs.
Right.
But it was too ahead. It was we'll chop it up to it was ahead of its time for me at that time. I was behind.
Yeah. But now I think about it, the music from males from the 90s that hit me the most are the slower music. You know, are going to be the ballads or the really groovy mids. Like that was where
women love a man to beg, and a man can beg on a slow song. Women love a man to beg.
Yeah, sure do.
Hey, guess what? And we gonna keep begging forever.
They will.
Come on now.
You know why? Because the reason why I brought up You Got It, because when I hear your song on Love for Pursuit, right? Love You for Suit, right? Let Me Taste You gives me that vibe. Because I tell you why. Because Devontae used a lot of that, quote unquote, am I right, the auto tune in there.
Yeah.
And you use that a little bit in that record. And I'm like, sometimes when I think about it, I'm like, oh, that's why I was like, yo, was he inspired by this album? But you just was like, my CD would change after Alone. So I'm like, well, damn.
And that instrument's called a vocoder. It was made famous by by cats like Herbie Hancock, the one I used, and then Roger started using the talk box. Not in that order, but Roger used the talk box. So Devontae was messing around with all that type of stuff, and that made me know. And but for a song like Let Me Taste You, I wrote a song called Let Me Taste You and a song called Come Baby. Mm-hmm. And both of those songs are very Devontae, you know, even just the whole sexual thing. Like I want to make music that if you was a shy individual, didn't know how to say like, you know, look, I know we ain't getting along, baby. I know this is that, but you looking good. Let me just, let me taste you. I've been working all day now. I don't give a fuck. Let me taste you. Let me please you, please. Please let me please you, mama, please. You know, so that was that kind of song. And then Come Baby was a real thing where it's like, I always felt by hearing the conversations of just females and males, and it's just every conversation I was hearing at a certain time was, you know, me and my homegirls always used to just have free sexual talk because I'm close to a lot of women, and they would be like, you know, we could tell when a man is lasting just enough to act like he give a fuck about us. He said, but then we could tell the man that really just wants us to come. And he could come or he ain't gotta come. It's a different type of making love like that. When you don't have such a I gotta come mentality, which is selfish. Right. Very selfish of a man, because the woman holds everything. You know, the woman will make sure you right or your love. I'm saying the woman, that's my get out. The woman will make sure you right if you make sure she is right.
Yep.
You know, let your queen come as many times as she want to come first. That's how I was taught. You know, now it'd be called sexual or whatever, but my older homies, my uncle would be like, man, my aunties would say this, young Terry, if you don't make your girl come, she gonna cheat and she gonna fuck a truck driver. And that's what they used to joke and say. So for me loving women, that's also a metaphor for let me please you first. Let me just, don't worry about me. Don't worry, I'm gonna make your plate. Right. Let me cook for you. Let me rub your feet. You've been working all night. Let me rub your calves. Let me rub behind your neck. Let me rub your cheeks because you got to smile all day for that job. Let me rub your hair. Let me rub your scalp. Let me wash your hair. Like you ever, let me wash your hair, baby. Women love when you, I mean, at least the ones I dealt with. Let me wash your hair. You know, so it's like those songs.
So many clips.
Yeah. So those, my music was based on me providing something to where none of us, male or female, gotta talk. If you talking to your nigga and he ain't getting it, and you like, let me tell you, like, I love this song, and that nigga ain't getting it, then you know, find a nigga that love that song with you.
You have to be like Jodeci. Don't talk. Just listen.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now.
Oh shit.
But guess what? And even that concept, as a young Black man, believe it or not, I thought about that every day. Yeah. Shut the fuck up before you miss something.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck up before you miss something in life. See, Jodeci was a whole different thing, man. It really represented to be an individual for me at a time of being a young Black man was either be a gangbanger or be a square. They said, oh, you could be into the music, still street, love a woman. That was deep to me, bro, because I didn't grow up around like I'm gonna keep it real back then. I didn't grow up with no boys and men type niggas around. I didn't grow up with that shit. Niggas wasn't trying to go to school and all that shit. Niggas was selling dope, taking care of their family because they couldn't get a job because they fucked us off. Right. So that music, it meant something more than just making love. It meant to empower. It meant something strong. It just meant so much more than just making love. But through these tunes like Alone, and you heard how it should be. Yeah. In my world, how I wanted it to be. To this day, Jodeci, man, you know, me and my girl, you know, my woman now that I've been with forever, you know, every time we get freaky, as much as I can, I got a Jodeci mix. I damn near want to get black gloves on and hats on and everything and start dancing for it, but I don't be tripping.
You know, get you a rose, what Dow had the rose in his teeth.
Hey, you feel me? Hey, I know. I'm sorry, my dumb ass might stick my mouth with it. I might not cut the thorn off.
Now you done messed up the whole mood.
Ain't gonna be in no sentimental mood no more.
No more.
Oh shit. Oh man. Oh, y'all is bugging. Oh man, I needed this, y'all.
Hey, what about this though? Hey, hold on. What about this one though?
Uh-oh. Where you going?
Ride and slide. Ride and slide.
Why you for real? You gonna go right? You gonna go there?
Ride. Come on, man. Like
what? Who? And that come right after What About Us, though?
Because he put the good game down.
You gotta.
I'm in need of love, and you're in need of love. What about us?
You gotta listen to that. Listen to that.
Now let's ride and slide.
Listen to that record while making love very responsibly and protected. Listen to that record while making love, and just listen to it while making love, and tell the other person, "Hey, don't." We both. Let's just
don't talk. Just listen. Yep.
Let's feel each other's thoughts and listen to that record. Your whole temple of making love is gonna be going with them. That shit is day so you're gonna be trying to do all kind of new shit. You're gonna get all kind of leg cramps, all kind of shit trying to do shit.
And that's how you end up fiending.
Oh no, you didn't.
Whoa, you see that? Sequence of a motherfucking album means something. The sequence. The sequence.
Please, hey, say that again, please.
Okay, listen. Okay, so let's go over this real fast. As if this is a conversation.
Right.
You are telling the person the first off the bat, my heart belongs to you. So you're submitting when you're first putting it in, you're submitting. Right. That means your ego, all that shit is gone. Ego is gone because he submitted saying my heart belongs to you. This sounds like a scripture. Now he goes in to cry for you. He's already submitted that he's egoless. So a black man crying is like sacrilegious.
Yeah.
They already saying, look, bitch. I mean, queen, my heart belongs to you. My heart belongs to you. I'm about to cry.
But wait a minute. But then they deserve that, yo, because they in the desert with leather on. hot as a motherfucker.
And the piano.
Hot. Heat rashes, no water around.
Like, it's hot. Listen, I'm into fashion. It's hot already wearing leather. Period. It's hot.
Yo, what about
when you're wearing it in the right season? So
it don't even matter because then they go in and fiend it.
Right.
So they're like, you're a drug. You're a fucking drug. I can't shake you. You're a drug.
Mm-hmm.
This is how much you've done. You got me.
No,
right?
it's better than drugs. Because I'm an addict of you. It's better than drugs.
Come on now. Come on now.
Fuck about this.
And what about us? So after all this I done gave you, what about us?
I'm putting down he putting down his good game. The one he saved up just for her. Just for her.
This nigga done took 11 Viagra pills
to
make sure this work out. Then he got ride and slide.
Then we gonna ride and we gonna slide. Like, this is what we doing.
Now the title alone, some things they don't even talk about what the title is.
True.
You got to think about that, but the title tells you something else.
That's true.
Ride and slide is nasty. That's a nasty thing.
That's the song getting you ready for a nasty ass show after party hotel.
Because that that
album is filthy.
Y'all gave me one album. Y'all only gave me. Next time we got to go through that one. Y'all only gave me one. Because honestly,
nasty ass album, yo.
But guess what? That's why I tell you the Jodeci Trilogy is teenage man still horny, fiending, teenage man with money, hornier.
Right.
Other album, rockstar niggas, fucking everything more.
That's it.
That's what more you need. They done.
Take a bow.
Bro.
Bravo, sir.
I'm about to listen to this album tonight again.
You gonna come on?
Nah, no more. I got a 4-year-old daughter, so now when I listen to it, I might listen to this shit on the way to church now. I don't know. I don't want this album to activate nothing right now.
Oh,
4-year-old nothing right now.
He like Marvin. He got the preacher in one room and the drug dealer in the other.
You feel me? Hey,
listen.
This
and I like what you did with your Here My Dear Too joint, though.
Oh, thank you, man.
Too. You made it street. You made it street because you had, you know what I'm saying? But it still had that Here My Dear vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was going through a real heartbreak though. I was going like the girl. I wrote that whole album based off one relationship.
You was in your Marvin. You was there.
Every song is about her. I sat down and told all the homies this is what happened. Some of them knew her. Kendrick set him down. Everybody back then.
Wow.
Even her. That's my homegirl now. Good looking.
Hey, I mean, if you was gonna do that kind of album, doing it as Here My Dear Too, that makes all the sense.
Listen.
Yeah, Terrace, you'll have to watch our episode. We talked about that album in depth.
Oh, Here My Dear. Oh, first of all, listen. I know the musicians that played on I know the real stories of the.
Oh, you gotta watch. I mean, this is not even me plugging our show. No, you really have to.
I'm watching it. No. I'm about to now. Y'all niggas my cousins now. I'm about to watch all y'all shit. And some shows I'm gonna be a special host with y'all niggas. Feel me? Because I can't wait to get ours and be like, yeah, that shit did not mean that to you. Shut the fuck up. Let's be for real. What did it mean to you? It just meant love and flowers. No.
No. You sound like Elise. Elise will call somebody out fast, quick, dog. She'd be like,
"Oh, Terrace already know," because I said, I don't agree.
Oh no, she. I see it. But you know, I love that. I love when a woman don't agree because, first of all, I just love hearing women talk their mind because we learn so much. We learn I learn everything from a woman.
I tell that about that one right there. That one right there. I tell her.
I shut the fuck up when a woman talk. Well, dude, men too, but men don't be knowing a lot of shit these days, man. Man, we can't run a country. We can't do nothing right. So right now, I'm putting all my hope in. That's why I'm raising daughters. I'm putting all my hope in women, man.
Respect.
They just got the shit, you know.
That's where I learned my music stuff because my grandfather taught my mom and my mom taught me. You know what I'm saying? So from her, that's why I always call her, like when anybody see, I call her my music teacher because she is like, I can sit and listen to my mom talk about music for hours and hours and hours.
What's your mama name? What's your mama name?
Irvina.
Irvina like music. Yeah, with a name like Irvina, she love music. And she cook bomb ass food. Her cabbage good?
Because my grandfather's name was Irvin.
Wait. Can your mom cook cabbage?
Yeah.
Something about that name and cabbage. I'm trying to tell you, I'll be honest with you.
You know why? Because my grandmother taught my mom how to home make it. So my mom
with the bell peppers and onions and everything in it.
Don't do it. Oh, listen.
But when you ask him what's his mama name, all I can think of was Kendrick. Like,
oh,
what?
Yeah. Where your mama stay at?
Where your mama?
Hey, that's real shit.
That's the first thing I thought. Where you stay? Where your mama stay?
Where your mama stay? Oh man. Oh, no.
All right. So we about to have my favorite part of the show. Look at you.
Uh-oh.
Journeying through the secret life of plants.
Look, I'm gonna have to go get another bottle after this. Word. I'm getting another rain. Hey
man.
Listen.
Hey.
Hey. I understand. So
hold on.
Go ahead.
What's the record with Redman? What's one of the Redman?
Shit. Which one is it with him? Is it? I think it's You Got It.
Oh, yeah. I want to ask Devontae how come they just didn't do an album of ballads, because they could have done that and just.
That's what I would have thought they would have did. Like,
now, Boys the Man had #1 up-tempo records though. Boys the Man would play at the dance, and a certain quality of a girl would dance, and that usually you want to dance with her, but she do the Running Man too fucking fast. The girls that like Boys and Men didn't have rhythm in my school. Like, look, I'm just picking on her. I'm picking on her right now.
Oh, shit.
And JR's loving it because I give him the hardest time. I'm so mean to that boy, and so he's loving this.
That's why I'm loving this, because she gives it to me every show.
I see. Show. You can tell the way her eyebrows went like this. I know. Look, I'm telling you, bro. I just be like,
because I'm normally the one. I'm like, here she go. Here she go. Now it's her, and I'm loving this because I'm loving. She's just giving me the eyes is just rolling, the eyebrows is just lifting. I'm like, yes.
But JR, you have to deal with me after
the
this is
best
over.
weed in LA.
I know.
LA got the best weed in the world, man. I've been smoking weed since I was 11 years old. I'm always amazed.
Oh man. But go ahead. Right. Go ahead, sis.
Yes.
Your favorite part of the show.
And you're not the first guest to be smoking on camera, actually.
I bet you I'm the guest that smoked this good ass weed for sure.
Well, they ain't Cali Pooh,
so. Who? Name him.
Ron Alexander Morgan.
He don't got weed like me. That's my own boy. He don't get weed like me. But that's my OG. And he been smoking since I was even dreaming about smoking. But I know he don't get this weed. for sure. I love Brian, all jokes aside, Brian's actually, you probably don't even know this, but he's definitely one of my master teachers.
I told him that too.
He's a real, and we got to honor cats like that now, because he did something just like Devontae did. He ushered in a whole thing that we still trying to catch up to him. Yes, Brian is very, very eclectic. He's very Renaissance. He's very art. He's a real fan of music. Even if he didn't have the hit records he did, he'd be the same excited dude about music. And that's something to say. He's older than me. He's been through the gamut, but that's something to say that he still has that heart and still wants to do new shit, and he's open to questions. You could go over there and ask him a million questions. He'll give you all this information. That's so rare. That's rare.
Yeah.
Teddy Riley, if you could catch Teddy, I caught him. I was with him for 5 years every day, just Teddy. But if you could catch Teddy, he'll tell you all the secrets too. Wow. Oh, just do it like that. If they'll tell you this. Quincy Jones, he'll tell you the secrets. Herbie Hancock, it's Dr. Dre. The Giants share the secrets.
Catch him.
Devontae, I just hugged that nigga. I didn't even get a chance for him to talk. That nigga probably was like, what? Why is the keyboard player hugging me like this? Nigga, I love you. Yeah, little perm. Nigga, I love your perm. Nigga, I love your perm. Shout out to Devontae, whoever did his perm. Amazing.
I love you, Terrace.
Yo, you don't know how much we needed this, yo.
All right.
All right, go ahead, sis. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
During this portion of the show, this is our word/song association.
Man, let's do this shit.
I'm going to, since we was talking about Jodeci, of course, the name of the 90s, I got some more 90s groups. I'm going to name 5. You tell me either the first song or memory or if it's any influence on you when you hear it. Just the first thing comes to mind.
I told y'all I ain't in no nerd shit. My memory is all sex.
Well, then you should get all of these.
You should get all of them.
Remember, all the 90s dudes, that's what they was talking about. Definitely all these on this list.
I was body rolling like a motherfucker in the 90s, freaking against the wall.
All right.
Dances.
Okay. Silk.
Lick You Up and Down. Shit, I was licking my girlfriend up and down when that song came out. That's about it. On my playlist. So my sexual experience was based on the playlist I made for that individual girl. If I knew we was hooking up, I would make a special mixtape because I was a DJ too. So I had all the vinyl in high school. So I said, let me get the 90-minute tapes, cassette tapes, and let me pack them out both sides. So Lick You Up and Down would come in a few times because I would say, okay, the first 20 minutes, if I ain't doing it by then, maybe the next 20 minutes I should be, but I need to sync up. So I would have songs that would deliver a message, and Lick You Up and Down was definitely one of the ones. By then, maybe that was the vibe at that time, And by the way, these are all consensual situations that they told me to make a mixtape so they could fuck me to the mixtape that I made. So I just want to clear that up too. And everybody was a minor. Everybody was a minor at these times. Everybody was under 18 together. So
real.
Under 18 and above 16. That's a window.
Catch that.
Okay?
All
yeah,
right.
Nigga ain't gonna get me caught up in nothing.
All right. Intro.
Come Inside. First time I heard that record, first time I heard Intro, it was my cousin Tammy's wedding in Bakersfield, California. My cousin Calvin Brown, rest in peace, turned me on to all this R&B, Jodeci, everything. He was a real man, always played banging ass R&B, and Intro had just came out. And the first time I hopped in his car, actually I hopped in on the end of Come Inside where he's acting on Come Inside.
Yeah.
Nasty as fuck. Love it, right? So, and that record came out, was our version when that came, when did that come out?
93.
93, I wasn't fucking yet. But I remember that record, and the next year I started fucking. So I saved that. So when I was able to start DJing and put that in, I remember Come Inside. But the arrangement of Ribbon in the Sky touched my soul. Because as a young man, we all knew the song, but they really, I still ain't heard a group in history take something like that and bring it back to the ghetto where it got cracking at, like Intro. And you know, rest in peace to the genius of Kenny. He was the lead writer.
Kenny Green. Yeah,
Green was the writer. He wrote a lot of Mary J, and he was always coming back and forth to LA, fucking with a lot of real LA dudes. So Intro was definitely powerful, and we still ain't had an R&B group to even fuck with Intro. And that's the closest to Intro I was having was like that gave me Intro was like next with Butter Love. But after that one Butter Love song, everything else started getting weird, you know, to me personally.
Yeah.
Shout out to RL because he the shit. RL the shit.
He can write his ass off for real.
He can do everything, but them fast songs on the album was, you know, that shit was like boogaloo. Shout out to Next though, because we used to play Next. I bought the Next CD from the Sloss and Swap Meet. So shout out to Next.
All right. 112.
Stop playing 112. I had a Beretta at that time. Well, my brother had a Beretta, and I had my Honda Accord. 112 was amazing because it was like Puff's other shot at like a Jodeci energy, but different. So it was like it was different voices, meaning like it was more R&B. I felt like it was catered to the ghetto. With the bass lines, with the beats, with the harmonies, with the words, with the interludes. The 112's interludes on that album. I mean, hold up, let me recap. Hold on. Stop playing. Stop playing. Come on, y'all fucking with a real one. Hold on. I was there.
Shit, think about it, even interludes.
He act like me. He thought I was there. That's shit.
Because you know why? Because you know why?
You keep saying stuff. You keep hitting all my phrases. I'm like,
you know why? Because you know why? Because we was there on a non-entertainer level, and that's a different fucking vibe. That's a real vibe.
That's true. Like
if you a cracking nigga and you like, I remember the album came out because I had another album at that time. Think nobody gonna fuck about that shit, nigga. It wasn't nobody. We didn't even have no money then. We just was loving the music. Mm-hmm. So these records was.
You gotta think about them R&B interludes, because even with Total, they had some nasty interludes. Like, what?
Hold on. Oh, 96? I called my first gun case in 96. I remember this year.
Oh my God, that was the song that you played, Lee.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Let me find about my cousin for real.
Here we go. I told y'all about my high school girlfriend, Christina Elliott, at that time.
Yeah.
I was still with her when this album came out.
Oh. Ooh.
So we just, by then we older now. We older. That's all I'll say. We older. You feel me? So now we getting, now me and her, we live into these records. We love into these records. We can't wait to get out of high school and drive to Palisades and overlook at the view on these records. We came because at the time she went to Santa Monica High and I just went to Lock High and Watts. So I left I got kicked out of Santa Monica High, went to Lock, so I would drive from Watts or South Central LA all the way to Santa Monica to pick her up, drive her back to South Central. That's where she lived. So we was always we was hanging, you know what I'm saying? So these albums meant a lot to us, like 112, right. The interludes, and we had beat, and it was just so banging, and it was dark. It was dark music, sensual music. And I remember I used to be driving, and like I would drive with one hand, and if she looked at, she'll vouch for this, drive with one hand, and I would just like put my hand on her knee and just massage her thigh while we driving. And once again, I didn't have to look at her or say nothing. The music was explaining, and my emotion and my touch was confirming what the music was saying. And that's what 112 was doing at that time.
You know what? That first, I'm glad you said it's dark. It does have a dark sound to it. That ain't no dark, bright album. Mm-hmm. It is. It's dark. It's moody. It's very deeply.
It's very dark blue
and emotional.
dark blue, burgundy velvet, lights are real dim, dark liquor, warmed up whiskey. It's not vodka. It's not tequila vodka music.
That's whiskey shit. Like
that's
but younger, you drinking cognac. You're not really
right.
You're not fucking with whiskey.
That's
I mean, as I got older, when the money and that yak, you know, when the money got low, you fucking whatever the party start with.
Yeah.
You know.
Shit. Them college days, everybody get up $1 to get something. Like what the hell?
You know, my drink back then, well, I wasn't even drinking liquor back then. So that would be a lie if I said that. I didn't start drinking until years later. So, but weed was the vibe back then.
Yeah. Oh, right.
In our conversation last night, like seriously.
Right? It's like, let me find out.
We said everything we talked about, yo. This is crazy.
Hey, look, if we was in the same place, I'll be cooking for us while we doing this shit right now. I'll be cooking with weed all around, drink. I got some other liquor to turn you on to.
LA, at least. We gotta go to Cali, yo, for real.
Come on.
I'm due for another visit.
Come on. Right. What we at?
All right. Now we're at True Hill.
By the time Drew Hill came out, it gets tricky for me at that time. Although Drew Hill was big, and the Sleeping in My Bed was my homie. I was riding up on Crenshaw on a Thursday night when Drew Hill came out, and my homie was like, oh, "I like that car, man. That's a nice car." He said, "Man, drop me off at this gas station. I need to get something to drink." Matter of fact, drop me. I'm gonna get a ride home with my girl, and I dropped him off. And he ended up stealing the car he said he liked. And in that car he stole, he met up back with me at the house. And it had the Sleeping in My Bed CD single. This how I remember. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I just remember, I just remember it. And I remember like, dang, nigga, you took the seeds. Like, this shit bang, cuz. I'm like, nigga. He got caught. Helicopters came, circling the house, all kind of shit. But had us on the ground. He stole the car, man. No, homie. That's my dude.
Somebody's driving in my car.
But
I'm done, Elise.
Yeah, Drew Hill. What year was that?
They came out in '96.
It was 112 for me. Blackstreet came out in '96 as well. Mint Condition came out as well.
Yeah.
So it was for me. Drew Hill didn't speak to me. That Blackstreet album, Another Level, spoke to me at '96. You know, if we talking about '96, that was competitive.
Very.
Oh yeah.
Very.
Mint Condition had What Kind of Man on the radio. A live song.
The definition of a band?
What? A live song on a radio.
Woo. No, he didn't go to New Mint Condition at least. I'm
just saying that year, so I wanted to just excuse myself with Drew Hill. That music didn't penetrate me. My biggest memory in them, they had a hit record. They would come on, but that was nothing I would sequence in my playlist unless I knew that girl was a Drew Hill fan.
That's real.
If she was a Drew Hill fan, I know all the words in the motherfuckers, but the girl I was seeing most of that era of my life, we was into the same thing. We was in Jodeci, 112, Jay-Z, gangster shit, you know, and we was living a different kind of life that it was, you know, it was just different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. One more. H-Town.
H-Town. I wasn't fucking when H-Town came out for sure. What year Knockin' Boots come out?
93.
93?
93?
Yeah.
Knockin' Boots came out in 93?
Mm-hmm. It was crazy. You know why? Because
hold on. Y'all looking this up? Y'all on the computer seeing this right now?
I know this.
Can we okay.
JR is like a savant. He's
okay, look, okay, just to prove me wrong, JR. Yes. Please look it up. Just to prove me wrong. It's stupid on my part.
I got you. No problem. Fever for Flavor, which was the album that Knockin' the Boots was on, came out April 15th, 1993.
When did Knockin' Boots come out, the single?
March 11th, 1993.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, you can't see that boy on dates.
I would think he would like them more because
No. We ain't started on them. I'm just getting my dates. We ain't started on not.
Okay.
We ain't started. Give me a second. I'm just
okay.
I'm just digesting my timeline.
Okay, I got you.
If I spit this shit at you, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That was special to us on the West Coast as well because it was a derivative of Roger Troutman. Somebody rocking, knocking up, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
All right, it's gonna be all right. That's Roger Trout. That's a Zap record as well in the 70s as well. And that's a lot of the gangsters played that. So the transition for H-Town was easy to gangsters because the music was aggressive.
Very.
And he was singing like a man.
Dino goes off. You
Dino. and so that was like, I mean, that them niggas sound like they'd sock you too. You feel me? So that music was like what I call ultra gangster R&B to me.
We're like lift you up and all that. What? Woo.
Man, rest in peace, Dino. Rest in peace.
Yeah, man. That was the third singing boy, I tell you. Woo.
Man.
Soldiers, man. Real soul soldiers.
Yes,
soldiers
sir.
for soul.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Woo. So
you want to do another one? You can do another one. Do a few more. Shit. I lived it, baby. Give it to me.
Well, we'll do one more since you brought up Mid Condition. That's like one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, me too.
That's the best band of our time. It's the best band of our time. Mid Condition was high level, but still knew how to be ghetto. See, they embodied everything with instruments.
Yes.
Top
to
the bottom.
That's why I'm calling them. I call them a band.
Ain't nobody out playing Stokely, out arranging Stokely, and damn show out singing Stokely.
No, and ain't.
Thank you. You said that. People do not understand how dope this dude is, yo.
Mid Condition birthed some of the baddest musicians. Carrie, record producer.
Carrie Lewis.
I mean, Chris Daddy Dave comes from Mid Condition. And you see what Chris Dave went on and was innovating with Robert Glasper. And this whole sound that we follow now. Mm-hmm. So it's like, Mid Condition is the root of high level pro-black and pro-nigga music.
Yo, like, I don't even know what to say, yo. Because
they the highest level. The reason why I felt they didn't get what I felt because I know how it is being an instrumentalist, because they just too bad. Too bad. They did not want them brothers involved that level, influencing the world with instruments, educated brothers, fly, gentlemen.
Live show for your ass.
Boy, they was fucking motherfuckers up.
Listen.
Let me tell you what, all these groups we mentioned, I don't want to see none of these motherfuckers live except Mid Condition. Now that's the truth. Because they don't now. Here go the unfortunate truth about some of them. We all get different, but I come from the jazz life to where, and the real nigga high level art life to where you do this till you die. Ain't no such thing as falling off with your skill level. What people project about you, you can't control that, but you work hard and you try to be the best you can be till you die. You don't never stop growing. So it is disappointing when I see these great R&B groups come on stage. They only been in the game 20, 30 years and they getting outdone by the OJs, being in tune and being different things like that. It's like when I hear these, like,
I will tell you who on that list who I would want to see live, who still are at a high level, and that's Silk.
Yeah.
They still got the moves, they still got the voices. If
shouts out to
a little bit better.
Shouts out to Sil, but we gonna see Sil. We gonna be out the show in 12 minutes. They got 3.5 songs. I'm talking about the guys.
That's not true.
I'm just joking.
JR, let him know hi about my boys.
Oh, listen.
Hey, look. I'm only doing this.
Some real gangster shit.
Hey, look. I'm only doing this. I'm just messing with her. I love Sil.
No,
I
I
know. I'm like,
you know, you trying to get into some real gangster shit, Terrace Martin?
But I know this. If we was all going to a concert,
right.
Mint Condition with white.
Oh, listen.
No. Mint Condition could pretty much wipe any genre
out.
Any like
the only other show I've seen that I would love to see a real bill with is when Faith Evans has her A-list musicians playing with her.
Craig
Faith Evans.
The same stuff. Craig told us the same stuff. Because he said he did.
Faith Evans, nobody could fuck with Faith Evans and a badass. I remember seeing Faith Evans with Chucky Booker being the MD.
Listen, Chucky don't get his respect either, dog.
And let me tell you something.
Woo.
Nobody could see of that generation to me Faith Evans on a live show. I'm talking about pitch, presentation, runs, execution, words, showmanship, emotion, feeling, clarity, dynamics. She bad. She the baddest to me. What do I know? But I seen everybody's show. I was there. I bought tickets. I went to concerts, and my mama in the game, so we got everybody's show for free, front row. So I seen everybody's show a million times. I seen 112. I seen Jodeci. I seen Silk. I was going to Budweiser Fest and R&B Fest. I seen.
They don't know about the Budweiser Fest.
I seen everybody that we just mentioned multiple times. I heard them backstage. I know who got pitch problems. I know they ain't practice. I know who just hire cats because they just want to get the affordable cats. They don't care about the show. They just want the money. And then I know the ghosts like Faith Evans in Mint Condition. That's all I'm saying.
It's real. It's real.
That's all I'm saying. I'm going to keep practicing until I die. You see all these damn keyboards? I'd be damned if y'all be able to tell, man, Terrace, man, he 87. And why at least he just 87. No, fuck that. If once I sign on to this black art shit, it gotta be for real. So I'm not excusing these guys. They make great records, but step up their live show. Shouts out to Faith Evans and Mint Condition. But I love them all, you know.
I'll drink to that.
It's still just tripping me out because you say all the shit I be saying. Like, I was there.
I was there.
I say that shit to Jay all the time. He be like, well, what about her? I'm like, Jay, I was there.
We was there. We was there when we didn't know that Cheetos was bad for you. Niggas didn't know health. Niggas didn't know what alkaline water was. Niggas was there. Nigga was drinking out the water hose, nigga. Nigga was there, bro.
That's some real shit.
You feel me? Like this ain't coming from, like, I love, thank y'all. That's why I signed on to do this show, because you know, you don't get to talk to people that just understand the value of a certain era of why today is today. But that's the era. I don't live in that era, but that's my foundation.
And you can tell.
And your music, man. I gotta honor who came before me. I gotta love who came. Snoop taught me that. My mama taught me that. My daddy taught me. And being part of the jazz legacy that the each one teach one to honor is a big deal. I know we taught that in Christianity, but that shit be getting twisted up with the homies. But in art, high level art, loving one another and really giving true honor is a real, that's how I live. That's how we live, you know? So even when I'm having fun talking about who sing out of tune, who don't, I mean, that shit is true though. That shit is true. Like niggas gotta practice. If I'm practicing with all these damn kids, raising, you know, if I love it, I practice it. Motherfuckers just taking everybody money, hopping on stage, being drunk and fucked up. There will be no more tolerance for that shit, man. Give a good show, y'all. Snoop Dogg gives a great show. The hits sound like the record, you know. Faith Evans gives a great show. A lot of the vets do give a great show, but 75% of them of that particular era just don't.
Yeah,
they don't. And I'm sick of paying my goddamn $100, $150 a ticket now because I be trying to support and I use like man, if you don't, man, You know, when you come here, me and Robert Glassford show, we give a show. Like we give a show, and we are so concerned with how you feel, the audience.
And y'all proved on To Pimp a Butterfly.
Thank you, bro. We are so concerned with how you spend your hard-earned money.
Yes.
And we are so thankful for that we want to please you. And we please ourselves at the same time. That's why we are artists, just a mirror and a reflection of what the fuck is going on around us. But you know, that's another topic.
Yeah. A song I love, and I was singing it to JR before you came on, and it made him laugh because we both kind of had a rough day.
Yeah.
And I was singing "Think of You" with the rose
gold.
The rose gold and Kamasi. And I was singing it real silly and making that's my song. That's my song.
Come on now. We love that song. Matter of fact, now you got to sing it. Let's go.
Ooh, go ahead.
Sing it just how you was joking with it though. Let me go.
Listening to Mary J.
Hey. Shout out to Rose Gold. Rose Gold is one of my favorite artists in the world.
Oh.
Rose Gold is one of my favorite artists in the world, favorite songwriters, a sweetheart. She wrote that song, man. She heard that song one time and just sat in my mother's living room. And you know, she's from Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Serious. She's a strong black woman, strong black mama. She's a little sister, but her attitude and energy is so big. So she's the big sister sometimes. So that song, Think of You, it meant a lot for me to hear her write that because, you know, her sensitive side comes out through art, through music. You know, it seems like she's at her happiest being a mother and an artist. And I think those things, so she was able to project that on that record. And she blessed me with that. Kamasi blessed me with his ability, and we're very happy about that song.
Yes, that's my jam.
Thank you.
So, how about you tell the folks what you got going on, anything new or anything already existing that you want to tell them?
It's coming out. I just finished my album called Drones. We're in the mixing process of Drones, featuring a lot of your favorite artists, old, young, new. But everybody's alive, so everybody's cool. Some people vaccinated, some people not, but everybody alive, so I'll be tripping.
That's right.
And that's it. I'm just trying to spread. I'm trying to just give a feeling back that I feel has been took from everybody using their phones and using their devices and seeing all this heinous, harsh things online and not knowing how to love each other. So I'm just trying to do music to just hopefully I can restore a feeling. That's it. So right now I feel everybody are drones because of these things that we need so well. Look at that. That's Miles Davis. Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's drones. So I just want to just try to give music what I felt that restore feelings for me and my friends around my family, and hopefully you can do the same for yours, you know.
Hey, thank you for hanging out with us.
Yo,
any motherfucking time.
This was the best, man. I tell you, you know what I'm saying? For me to get to tell you what you did for me, and then for us to just talk some music shit. You know what I mean? Like,
shout out to GPOP, rest in power, GPOP.
Thank you, bro.
Sending love to Mama.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? It's all love. Tell Mama. What's Mama name again?
Irvina.
Come on, Irvina. Sending love to Irvina. You dig me?
Thank you.
With her cabbage. Tell her to make some cabbage, man.
Oh, listen. It's all. Listen. Anytime you out here, let it be known. I let Mama know. It's all good. It's all good.
Come on now.
Yeah. But also thank everybody for watching, and we will catch you on the next episode of Catch That.
Catch that, motherfuckers. Motherfucker, catch that, motherfucker. Catch that. Did you catch it? Nigga, did you catch it?
Hey, Terrace, don't talk. Just listen.
Oh!